Hey guys, today I want to show off something I've been working on and I've been using for quite a while, but I've neglected to make a video about. The idea for this came from watching other Linuxy guys on YouTube and Odyssey ricing their respective window managers by sourcing another file in their config. So I tried to do something similar in my window manager of choice, which is SpectrWm. It was a no-go. There isn't really a way to source another file in spectrwm.conf. So I lamented that fact for a bit, but decided to do something about it. I had to get a little creative, but I wound up with a nice little solution using Dmenu along with some awk and sed commands to achieve my goal, and script a way to change predefined color schemes in SpectrWm. Let's get to it. Now, before I start showing off these scripts, just know that I'm using a version of SpectrWm that's not available in the package managers because I built it from source. If you'd like to have a look at another script I wrote to build SpectrWm from source on Debian, I'll leave a link down to my Debian install scripts repo over on GitHub or GitLab. It's called git-spectrwm. This fact should not be an issue since the only features that I'm utilizing in this script are available in the version of SpectrWm in your repos. The only reason I mention this is because the left side of my bar is most definitely going to look different from yours, and I just wanted to be very clear about why that is. So first, let me open my config. Now, as you can see, I've made an attractive color scheme for SpectrWm, and I rewrote my status bar to reflect the colors defined in spectrwm.conf. In the lines, bar color and bar font color. And all of these colors defined here in a comma-separated list is what's used up here in the bar. But as you will soon find out, I'm not calling specific colors in the bar script, but rather the number of the background/font colors as it appears in spectrwm.conf, starting with 0. So sorry if I lost you right there, but it'll make sense here in just a second. Let's look at the config and the bar script side by side. Now here in bar.sh, I'm only doing the font colors. So right now, if you look at bar font color, you see I have a white and white 2. And this is my color for white. So FG white equals actually a markup sequence for plus at FG equals 0 semicolon. This is the syntax that it has to read in the script to reference this color here, which is also in a weird syntax, but these are just hex values. So what you should be seeing is $EBDBB2. But the way SpectrWm does this, you see you have RGB colon, which is a replacement for the $, and then EB/DB/B2, which is just slashes between every 2 characters in that hex value string. I know it's weird, but that's the way SpectrWm does it, and we just got to live with it. So it is what it is. So I have comments above each one of these. So let's say BG Groovebox colors and FG Groovebox colors. So the bar color, you have plus at BG equals 0 would be this one. And then 1 would be this one. 2 would be this one. And for the font colors, it would be plus at FG equals 0 semicolon would be this one. And then this would be 1. And then that would be 2. And so on and so forth. So hopefully that makes sense to you. So I'm actually not calling a certain color here. I'm calling the position of this. The only reason that I made the line here is so I could actually have a pattern. And the pattern will come into play here in a little bit. So once I was happy with the initial color scheme, I saved the bar color and bar font color lines of the config into another file inside my .config/spectrwm/colors directory and named it groovebox.conf. Then started working on another one, and before long I had 5 color schemes to choose from. So if I open up another terminal and I run an ls on home/.config spectrwm colors, you see I have capuchin.conf, dracula.conf, groovebox.conf, nord.conf, and onedart.conf. So now that you see all of this, let's finally take a look at Spectrcolors.sh. So like most of my scripts, I spend the first portion of all this just defining variables. Because if I have to write a command more than 2 or 3 times, I'm making a variable for it because I'm lazy and it makes it easier to read for me. So first, my Spectrcolors directory, which is, home/.config/spectrwm/colors. Next is my spectrconf, or home/.config/spectrwm/spectrwm.conf. Then Spectre PID, which is the process ID for SpectrWM. This will come in handy later. Next, I wanted to actually go above and beyond and go ahead and change the theme for ST and for VIFM, and go ahead and change the background. So I made variables for all of that as well. So my stdir is going to be home/.localsource/st. My VIFM dir would be home/.config/VIFM. And bgdir would be home/.localShareBackgrounds. Next is my dmenu command. Dmenu is awesome. It is probably my favorite program. I love it. Now this simply lists out the Spectrcolors directory and then pipes it through cut with a delimiter of a period, and then prints out the first field. So capuchin.conf will just be listed as capuchin, and so on and so forth. Then pipes that into dmenu with a line count of 5 with a prompt that says choose theme. If there's no choice, it will exit with no error. Now my original ST actually runs an awk command for include colors/ and then prints out the third column. And this runs on stdir/config.def.h, and then pipes it through sed to get rid of the double quotes and the colors and the .h, just to give me the name of the theme. Next, for original VIFM, I'm also running an alt command for color scheme and then printing out the second column in my VIFM directory /VIFMRC. So for my OG dark gray, or my original dark gray in my spectrwm.conf file, I'm running an alt command for bar color and then printing out the third column. Now, the third column is the entire list. And I actually have more than one instance of those colors throughout the list. Because if you look over here, you see I have 1D-20-21 here. I also have it here and here and here. So if I did just the whole list, none of these would ever get changed. And I wanted everything to be kind of right once it ran. So I separated everything out, which is why I ran the cut-d command and then used the comma as the delimiter and then printed the first field, because I wanted to get just this right here. I wanted to get just that. Now in my choice dark gray, I'm actually running it on one of these files that I just opened up here. Now this one is Groovebox as well, but you're going to see what I'm doing here. Choice dark gray is going to run awk bar color print third column in spectrcolors/choice.conf. So it'll be it could be groovebox.conf, capuchin.conf, nord.conf, onedart, Dracula, whatever. All of these are set up exactly the same. It's going to run awk on bar color and then print out just this part right here. Now, of course, that color is going to be different depending on the file that you're choosing. And then it does it again for mid gray, then for red, then for bright red, then for green, light green, blue, light blue, yellow, bright yellow, white 1, and white 2. Now, white 1 and white 2 are actually in bar font color, because I'm actually using all these same colors in the background and the foreground because, well, to me it just looks nice. And when you run the sed command, like down here, if you don't give it the G command, it's only gonna do it once per line. So I'm using that to my advantage as well, which is why I have more than 10 here, but I don't have 20. Because if I'm changing something up here, let's say my dark gray, I'm changing this here, it's also going to get changed here. It's going to get changed here. It's going to get changed here. But also going to get changed here as well. So once I got all of my variables set for my original and my choice, now I'm going to run a bunch of sed commands. So sed-i, which is going to be an in-place change. And I want to change my OG dark gray to my choice dark gray in spectrwm.conf. And I'm going to do that for every single color all the way down. Now, I know I could have probably strung all these together and made it a little more eloquent and a little more faster, this, that, and the other. I know I probably could have, but this way works and I haven't messed with it, but I may do it in the future to try and speed it up. So if you're watching this in the future and the repo looks different, just know that I probably changed it. But it should still work. I'm just going to mess it up a few times before I finally commit it to GitHub or GitLab. So next I rebuild ST with the new color scheme. So I have an if statement here. So if a file exists in my stdir/colors directory that matches the choice.h, it's going to run a sed command to change the original ST with choice in the config.def.h file. Then it's going to remove config.h and then run make on the directory for my stdir. Stdir meaning home/local/ or home/.local/source/st. And since st is the binary is symlinked to my path, the next time I launch it, it will reflect the new theme. But if it's not there, it's going to echo out unable to change st theme to choice. Now, next, I do much the same thing with VIFM, except I don't have to run make. So if a file exists in my VIFM dir/color/choice.vifm, then I'm going to run a sed in place change for original VIFM with my choice in my VIFM directory/VIFMRC. And then if not, it's just going to echo out unable to change VIFM color scheme to choice. And it's just not going to change it. So the next thing is my wallpaper section, which is actually a case statement. And why I made selection equal choice, I don't know. I'm not sure why I did that, but whatever. It's fine. It works. So case selection or choice, whatever, in, if it's Groovebox, it's going to set BG equal to my background directory or home/.local share background/groovebox.png. Or Capuchin is going to be capuchin.png. One dark PNG. Dracula, so on and so forth. But if it doesn't match anything, it's going to shuffle and then just put a random wallpaper up there. Then it's going to run xwallpaper --zoom BG. And finally, to finish everything out, I'm going to run the kill command -hup to send an update signal to my spectrwm PID. So that's essentially restarting spectrwm, with my key binding would be mod q. This is a way to do it in the terminal, and that's going to refresh everything. It's going to relaunch spectrwm, relaunch the bar script, and all of your color schemes should be reflected after that. So it's time to see it in action. Because I can't show you the script without showing you the script. This is actually pretty cool. So all I'm going to do now, I'm just going to close out of everything. And you see that I have a Groovebox theme here. So if I fire up Dmenu and I run Spectrcolors.sh. It's going to say choose a theme, Capuchin, Dracula, Groovebox, Nord, and One Dark. Let's say I want to change it to Nord. It changes the wallpaper. It changes the bar colors. It changed ST and VIFM. So if I close all that out and I run it again, let's say I want to go to Capuchin. See, it's a much darker theme with kind of bright pastel kind of colors. You see ST theme has changed. All that's good. I'm going to close out of that and we're going to run it one more time. Let's do One Dark. And my ST theme's changed. That works. Well, and there's one more thing that I wanted to show you as well. I wanted to be able to change my bar a little bit. So the original bar.sh that I was using was just changing fonts. This time I wanted to change the backgrounds and make the fonts dark so you could see. So this actually works across all of my schemes now. So I have a BG bar, I have a bar.sh and a BG bar.sh. So if I open up a terminal and I cd into local bin and then nvim bg bar.sh, you see I have a foregrounds and backgrounds listed, and then all of my functions here, all with their different if statements, and then I have my while loop here. So if I quit out of all that, and you see that my bar is actually kind of dynamic. So if I were to, let's say, increase my volume, you see that changed to green. Once I go down below 75%, it changes to yellow. Then down below 25%, it goes to blue. And then when it goes to 0, it turns red. Or when it's muted, it goes red. I have another one set up here for my VPN connection. So if my VPN connection is not active, I have a little pipe symbol here that's broken. So the pipe is not connected and it's red. So when it is connected, this turns green and the pipe is connected. So the icon changes, the background changes, all that. But also this works on my bar.sh as well. So if I run bar toggle, BG bar toggle again, and I mute it, you see my icon changes and the colors change as well. And see everything up through here is dynamically colored. So my CPU, if it goes above 80%, this is going to turn red. The font color is going to be red. Then if my memory usage gets above, some arbitrary amount, it's going to change colors again. My updates right now, I'm fully updated. If I have updates, it's going to turn red and show me how many updates I got. If my disk usage, or my storage rather, if it gets above an arbitrary amount, it's going to change the color there. If it gets above 50, it's going to go yellow. If it gets above 90, it's going to go red. Now my icon for my connectivity, if I'm connected over Wi-Fi, this is going to show a Wi-Fi symbol. If it's Ethernet, it's going to show this symbol. If it's not connected at all, it's going to show the Wi-Fi with the slash through it, all in different colors. The same can be said for my weather and for my clock. This bar script is actually fairly dynamic, and if you'd like to take a look at it, I'm going to leave a link to my GitLab page, and it's going to be in my .files.local bin. I'm kind of proud of it. It works really, really well. I'm actually pretty satisfied with my bar script now. So really, back on topic, I guess I have 10 rices to choose from with 2 different Dmenu scripts. SpectrWm ST shell script, superfluously switching schemes, seamlessly savoring sweet success. Sorry, I like alliteration. So that's all I've got for today. I learned a lot writing these scripts, but hopefully you might find this useful or take inspiration from this and do something similar to make your setup that much more awesome. So with that said, thanks for watching. We'll catch you in the next one. Like, share, and subscribe.